For the umpteenth time, I introduce to you a gentleman who reeks with professional know-how, who has a abandon when it comes to his professional expertise. What he doesn't ever really have an opportunity to expound on is the humanity aspect of a gorgeous human being, and you have to know him. And oddly enough, the people that watch him in the professional syndrome know him to be a terrific man, and they feel that wonderful chemistry that comes along the most penetrating medium in the world, television. But I stand here with deep pride to proclaim he is my friend and I am his. Mr. Ed McMahon, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Nice to be with you once again.
Thank you, Ed.
I think it's very important to make two disclaimers. I have to do this because my instinct usually serves me well. One, the early hours of the morning, people that are seated in a studio, it's hardly possible for you to be totally energetic and enthusiastic. But these performers are coming from all parts of the world to help us. They have no way of knowing our appreciation or gratitude. They only know and live and survive on an audience's applause. So if you would be kind enough, as long as you indeed are the audience in this studio, if you could just acknowledge that, it only takes a moment, and I repeat, any good doctor will tell you, it's good for the system, because you'll atrophy sitting there. It would be good for you to applaud. And it makes the performers feel good, and then it lessens my load of having to let them know that we are indeed grateful, because that's just words. Who says they really believe that? They only understand applause. So I would appreciate it if you'd consider that the next time a performer steps on the stage. The second disclaimer is that a VTR, or videotape recording, of Mr. Kirk Douglas, some people are disappointed that he isn't standing stage center. Kirk Douglas would love to be here. He took the time to go to a studio and make that videotape recording for my kids. He had to go to Europe or somewhere. Therefore, he wasn't available for this date. He took the time to make that videotape recording, just as many other performers do. I think they're entitled to the same applause as the performer that's here live. So if you'll consider that, it'll make... He ain't going to hear you applaud, but I'm going to tell him you did it good. Okay? Good.
Earlier in the program, I committed to taking some of the press to task. And to be completely honest with you, I attempted to do that 1 hour and a half ago, 1 hour ago, and then I found myself procrastinating. And I am at a point now where there's no further procrastination. I have to do what I must do. I have to take some of the media to task. To have to stand here and qualify our conduct and our actions based on doing what we do. So I thought, and I wrote on the page, I've been seriously thinking about doing some work against humanity just to see what some of the press would say of that. They probably wouldn't say anything different.
Jerry is what Jerry is. He gets it on. He gets it on the real showbiz way. And I'm an Arab who adores that Jew. Because he does it his way.
If you look at that tote board, I think you'll see $15,635,024, and the witch did it again. Do you believe that? Ed McMahon called it at 9:30 last night, or this morning. 9:30 this morning.
I think I'm going to be under, though, Chair, the way...
Wait a minute. You said 15.7, and
right.
I said, why don't you have your head put into a cuckoo factory, didn't I?
Right. You called me a banana.
Now, for those that were offended because I said the man upstairs goofed, I'm not going to come out and apologize to you, because that's what I believe. I'm a very religious man, and for those God-fearing people that think that I might have put down God by saying he goofed, if you are indeed religious, and if you indeed believe in God, then you must believe that he's fallible. Then you must believe he can, in fact, make an error. You must believe if there is a God, and I believe there is, he's got to have a lot on his mind, too. And he just happened to make a little error here. For those of you that were offended when I said the man goofed, I apologize for that. But I'm not going to take it back. Because that's what I think. I hope he's listening and he's not too mad at me, because maybe he'll send a few dollars.
If that man is indeed a hero to that child, let that child have a hero. We need heroes. We don't have enough heroes anymore. The last hero that we all clung to was a dear friend of mine, Jack Kennedy. When Jack Kennedy died, we forgot the word hero. If in that child's mind I or whoever plays this role is a hero, so be it. Don't extract that from that child. That child has had enough extracted. So, poof, you're a hero. Leave the child alone. Adults know that that is a coined phrase, and it's a phrase that's a little uncomfortable. They're not my children. I have 6 healthy children. And because of that, my kids have become a part of my breath and my lifestyle. I care for them. Why am I a criminal? Why is this platform a criminal? What we are doing here is great work. It would have meant that rather than the world at war for only the entire history, time immemorial, we've only been at peace 557 days. In the last 17,000 years, had they had telethons, we'd have had peace, I'm sure. Is that idealistic? Is that old-fashioned, mid-Victorian? Is that stupid? Is that rhetoric? No, that's what I believe. Lewis has to resort to melodramatic means to keep people watching. Maybe I'll resort to any means. I did not call this company together and build this structure and demand that we have a full network so that I don't get your attention. Did we do all of this so that we hoped no one would watch? Most of the trouble in our world today is because no one can interpret what the Russian says to the Yugoslavian. How do we know the interpreter is indeed saying what the Russian is saying? So there's an imbalance, and then there's tenuousness, there's uncertainty. It's like the old joke. The lady is in the pool, and the lifeguard says, "Lady, don't you see that sign?" She says, "What sign?" He says, "That sign that says no swimming allowed." She said, "That's how you read it. The way I read it, it says, no, swimming allowed." Well, interpretation changes it, doesn't it? So that when the Russian says, "Tell the Yugoslav, we love him," and he interprets, "They love you." Oh, that's terrific. And he walks right into the trap and his legs come off. What must I do? Not be melodramatic?
Let's help this clown put empty down. He'll do it his way. His way.
Orchestra, please repeat this vocal so I can do this. It's like an arrangement. You, the brass, will take this. My Lano. My Lano. Strings just take moment, moment. My Lano. Moment, moment. Good. I just want the saxes. Saxes. Ready? My Lano. Moment. Backwards. Moment, moment. My Lano. Anchors away, my boy. How do I know why I do that? Are you kidding? I licked wallpaper paste.
Right now, our people are back at Beefstick Central trying to add up the totals from our great customers and all our people that are out there selling the beef stick and cheese balls, the proceeds of which they're totaling up. And Bill Pendarvis will be here tomorrow to bring you some money, but I'll give you a little something to start us off.
I'd appreciate a cheese ball will do.
Is that all?
No. Come on, Larry. Don't cock around.
That's why I'm here.
I think that the magic of this whole thing is that a man stands before you and he's not ashamed. And I'm very lucky that I can do that, because that's hard. I don't like to be ashamed. And yet I'm not ashamed that I am ashamed. And people believe that in anyone. You should try it. You'd have a lot of friends. It's hard. But for what the odds are on this crap table, that's really putting yourself in second position. I don't want to see nobody's face, Ken. Give me a break so I can do this, and maybe I can lay down for an hour. Healthy children, laughing, running, playing. Silent questions show in my kids' eyes what to answer. Somehow my kids trust me. Still I can't explain the reason why. Help me to help them come along with me. No, not just a few, I mean all of you. This is the moment now. There's no time to wait. Soon, for some, it may be too late. I would like to call your attention in the studio and the attention of the viewers at home to please watch this actor and listen to what he says for 21 and a half hours, day in and day out. Never will there be words as significant and as relevant as the words you're about to hear through the eyes, the heart, and the soul of this man that you're about to see.
I hate people, especially children. I like to sneak up on them when they're only 2 or 3 or 4 years old, when their bodies are straight and healthy and full of bounce and fun, full of life and joy. When they're saying, look at me, see how high I can jump, and look at me, Mom, watch me catch the ball, look at me, Dad, see how fast I can run. Those are the little ones I like to pull down, because I hate people, especially children. It makes me laugh when they can't stand up, let man hurl himself into the galaxies, and take snapshots of the moon. But down here, on this earth where I prowl, he is still unable to find a cure for the scourge of little children. For I am muscular dystrophy, the hater of people, especially children. And I dare you to stop me. It will take more money, more time, more science, and more love than you have yet been willing to give. Yes, I am muscular dystrophy. I hate people, especially children, and I dare you to stop me. I dare you.
The actor was Steve Franken, a good friend and a man who I really had to beg to do that material, written by Bud Schulberg, helping us make our point. We feel it is the most meaningful piece of literature written about my kids ever since the inception of this organization. We thank Bud Schulberg and Mr. Steve Franken for doing a most superb performance, portraying a disease that's hardly easy. And for the newspaper man who said, quote, Jerry Lewis refers to these crippled children as his kids, quote, end quote. That stabs me a little bit, because what the newspaper man is referring, or what he is inferring, is that it's that terribly saccharine, maudlin term that I selected because it would give me some degree of popularity, and or I was using my kids, quote, end quote, so I would endear myself to the American public. So for the newspaper man, I'll never mention his name, he ain't getting that from me. Please know that I was a very famous star for a lot of years before I ever needed to remind anyone I was still alive. 1, 2. 2 is the most important. 2 is the most important because my kids like that they are my kids. My kids refer to me as their special man. They are my kids. We got a good thing going between them and me. Before me, they were just people floating around with nobody to hang their wishes or hopes or dreams on. And it could have been anyone that did it. I just happened to do it. It sticks in my throat to say my kids only because it is smacking of maybe it's a little heavy. I can't be concerned with what the public thinks about it's too heavy. They like it. And for those that understand, no explanation is necessary. For those who do not understand, no explanation will suffice. But I made it anyhow. Timpani! Timpani! Do it!
Do it!
Then the perfect time! Oh, yeah! It just keeps turning, and it's fighting me. I haven't got the time to deal with that. I can't even confer with it. And it's starting to steam me. It keeps moving, and it's attacking my energy system. So if you don't pick up the phone and help me with these numbers, if I strike out, it ain't going to be all that bad, because that's pretty respectable, but it's going to be less than last year. If we come up less than last year, here's all of the cop-outs. The economy, inflation, if we had another president, and all of that garbage, that's a cop-out. It's your fault, and it's mine. I missed. I struck out. I didn't do the job. Somewhere I failed. Okay, I'll deal with that. He ain't going to love me any less. My whole ego trip I've been accused of ain't going to be diminished, because if I'm on an ego trip, whether you do or you don't ain't going to change anything. I don't care what you think, okay? I know what I am. I know what I think. I know what I believe. If you want to put me down for this preachment, start. 31 years of begging, trying, pleading, crying. I grip my feelings bare, hoping, praying I've made you aware. Help me to help them now. He's so hot,
Porque yo soy caliente.
like a Latin fire.
What we've got is the next Messiah.
Though we sing and laugh, what we are really trying to stop
Thank you for the invitation.
with a lack of reservation.
In my humble estimation, you're the top. No, Jerry, you are the top.
You're the top.
You are the top.
I therefore wrote something, and I would just like to let you hear what it says. I didn't want to put it on cue cards, and I couldn't memorize it in time, but they're the words that I hit with my fingers at the typewriter. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the all-new Labor Day Telethon against muscular dystrophy is just about over. Is just about over. Louis, that's a cue. And while my heart is happy, and I hope to feel a deep sense of pride, thanks to your response and your support, there's also a feeling of sorrow, and I think that sorrow stems from the fact that we have to do a telethon in the first place. I suspect if I live another 100 years, I'll never understand the why of what's been perpetrated upon my kids. And I know the good Lord says we shouldn't question. But I've always been a man filled with curiosity and wonderment about life and the human condition. And so now I will spend the next year curious again, anxious again, full of prayer again, that our labor of love this day will be the beginning of the end of this muscular dystrophy telethon. And if that is to be, you all have my deepest gratitude and my love for helping me have that happen. If it isn't to be, then I must start questioning again. But with the questions will come the same dedication, the same hard work, hope, and continued hate of this vicious killer, muscular dystrophy. And I swear by all that is holy, I will not stop my attack on it until it has no one to attack anymore and just has to vanish from the face of the earth. If I have to come to you again, my hope is that your hearts and your concern will be in the same place they were this day. I pray I never see you again under these conditions.